Hello my dear students, welcome back to our YouTube channel. Once again I am with you to discuss a new chapter from the book of class 9th Moments, and the title of the chapter is Iswaran the Storyteller by R.K. Lakshman. So before proceeding towards the explanation part, we will first discuss about the poet. Rashipuram Krishnaswamy Iyer Lakshman, born on 24th October 1921, was an Indian cartoonist, illustrator, humorist. He was best known for his creation The Common Man and for his daily cartoon strip You Said It in the Times of India, which started in 1951. He was a recipient of the Padma Shri, Padma Bhushan and Raman Magsaysay awards, to name a few. Students, if we talk about the theme of the story is the art of storytelling. Why is it so? Because in this story we are having a character named Iswaran who is having the art of storytelling, who is a good storyteller, and a good story becomes interesting only when the narrator twists and turns the action to make the narrative surprising. We can say that it is the art of storytelling, not the story, that attracts the listeners. So when you go through the lesson, you will easily find out that in this story the character Iswaran is having that fine technique of storytelling. The way he narrates the story, it attracts the listeners. So here are some main characters of the story. Iswaran was a servant of Mahendra and was a wonderful storyteller. His gestures and expressions while telling a story could conceive anyone, because he was having a great technique of storytelling. So he used to do some kind of voice modulations, some body postures and all, in order to express the story in a unique way. So that technique that he was having made him a good storyteller. He was a good cook as well. He could arrange for vegetables and cooking items from nowhere in just 1 hour. Now we are going to discuss about Mahendra. Mahendra was the master of Iswaran. He was bachelor. He was a contractor. His job was as that of type in which he moves from place to place. He used to go from place to place just because of his job, because since he was a contractor, or we can say a junior supervisor in a firm, and Iswaran, who was the cook of Mahendra, he also used to go along with him. And several times when the remote places, when he was not having anything for entertainment purpose, Iswaran was an asset to Mahendra and he used to entertain Mahendra, his master. Now, introduction to the lesson. The title of this chapter, Iswaran the Storyteller, tells us that this story is about Iswaran. The title itself reads that Iswaran the Storyteller. From the title we can guess that the story is about a character named Iswaran. I told you in the beginning, he is called the storyteller because storytelling is an art and he is good at it. Iswaran uses special effects, does voice modulation, uses his body language to make the story realistic, so that the listener, that is Mahendra, gets attracted and captivated in his story. The writer also wants to highlight this quality of Iswaran, and because he was so good at telling the stories, so that they appeared to be real. Iswaran used to tell the story in such a way that they appeared to be real to the listeners, and his stories were a source of entertainment for Mahendra. We can say that Iswaran was a great entertainer for Mahendra. Now, some hard words, or we can say the word meanings of the chapter. I have picked some here. Just please go through. Bachelor means a person who is unmarried. Makeshift means temporary. Query means mine. Asset means advantage. Anecdote means a short, amusing or interesting story about a real incident or person. Muttering means speaking in a low voice. Dozing off means falling asleep. Narrative flourishes, detailed descriptions. Enthrall means the state of being in someone's power. Arced means curved. Gesture means a movement of hand for head to indicate something. Deserted means empty. Enormous means huge. Now some other words. Vicinity means nearby area. Moan means crying sound. Prowling, searching. Guttural, sound produced in the throat. Harsh sound we can say. Wailing means crying sound. Feline means relating to cats or other members of the cat family, means we can say the members those who belong to the cat family. In this chapter, feline is might be referring to a cat or some cat looking cat like animal. Panting is breathing heavily. Ghastly means causing horror and fear. Grinned means smiled broadly. Resolving means deciding. Haunted place means visited by ghosts and spirits. So now we are moving towards the summary and explanation part, and in this part we will try to assess the story thoroughly, so just listen to it very carefully. It's a very interesting story to go through, and very amusing and humorous as well, but one has to keep the concentration to go through the story, as it is important. So in this story, first I will tell you there is another character that I didn't tell you in the beginning, because it was not major character, it was a minor one. Mahendra was the master of Ishwaran. He told this story to one of his companion named Ganesha. Okay, so there is a technique of story in a story as well, and I told you earlier in the beginning that Mahendra was a supervisor in a firm. His job was to supervise different construction sites. This was his job. He was a junior supervisor in a firm, and he used to supervise different construction sites. And just because of his job, he used to visit from place to place, one place to another place, because the construction sites might be at some different places. Okay, so he had to visit from one place to another, on and off. And Mahendra's needs were quite simple, since he was a bachelor, and he had a servant. I told you earlier, he had a servant named Ishwaran, who followed Mahendra without any complaint, means that he was a quite faithful servant of his master, and he was a great cook as well, as I told you earlier. So he cooked delicious food for Mahendra. He arranged the vegetables and other cooking materials where even in the remote places easily. This was his speciality. Or he also used to do some household things like washing clothes and all. Ishwaran was quite fond of reading Tamil thriller stories. He was a good reader as well, because since he was a good speaker, or we can say the orator of a story, so he was having another quality, that he was a good reader. He used to read so much, and the taste of his reading is here. It has been mentioned that Tamil thriller stories. So he used to read Tamil thriller stories, and when you read such kind of things, it happens to our life as well. When we read so much about the things, the thoughts related to that particular reading start to appear in our mind. So it had happened to him as well. It affected him so much that even a very small incident, like a tree that had fallen, we can say here in this story, when you go through the text, okay, then you will get it here, that even a tree that had fallen, he just described that incident in such a way, like he mentioned him like a frightening beast in the story. Ishwaran described each thing in detail. This was his speciality, since he was a good storyteller. So he used to describe each and everything in a very vivid, descriptive detail. He used to portray the things and give the vivid descriptions of the things. He weaved a new story full of thrill and horror to Mahendra every night. This was his speciality because he was having so much readings of the stories. So he used to create we can say he used to create a story every night, a new story every night that is filled with some suspense and horror to Mahendra. He played the role of television, we can say, in Mahendra's quarter because he was a great entertainer for Mahendra. Okay, and if we say so that it is not completely wrong, it is totally right because he was a great entertainer for Mahendra as well. So one day what happens, he just weaved a story about a female ghost. Who weaved? Yeah, Ishwaran weaved a story, or he told a story to Mahendra about a female ghost that he saw somewhere. Okay, yeah, in that place where they were living at the moment. So he told that in the full moon night he saw a female ghost holding a fetus in her hand. So when he started to tell the story to Mahendra, Mahendra became little bit frightened, and he just asked him to just leave the place, and not he said that he did not believe in any kind of ghost and all. So he just stopped him from telling such a story, or horrible stories we can say, and told him that there is nothing like ghost and all. He was a just like we can say educated one, so he didn't believe at the moment in the existence of ghost and all. He said that it was our imagination, that nothing like that. So after a few days what happens, he couldn't able to sleep at night at the moment. It's like he couldn't able to get the proper sleep at night. So he was half awake during the night, and it was full moon night. Okay, let me know it's like tell you that in that full moon night he was half awakened, he heard some noises outside of his room, and he was sleeping near the windowsill. So during that night when he heard some noises, at first he thought that it might be a cat or any other animal that was quite similar to cat. But when the noises started to become quite louder and louder, then it's like reluctantly we can say, or he was forced to peep out of, or peeped through the window, and when he peeped through the window he just got collapsed, or he fainted. He became unconscious. Why? Because he saw some horrible sight there. He saw some horrible sight. And what was that sight? He saw a cloudy figure clutching a handle, or clutching a bundle in her hand. That we can say it might be a witch or some other thing, but he saw a cloudy figure clutching a bundle, and that was quite near to his windowsill. So he just collapsed. It might be the imagination of Mahendra, we can say, because since he heard some horrible stories from Ishwaran, or something else that he saw, but this time he was really frightened, and he just like during the whole night he couldn't able to sleep. He couldn't able to sleep that night, and in the next morning when Ishwaran came to his house, they had a formal talk. Actually Mahendra was not expecting that, since he stopped Ishwaran earlier to tell such kind of horrible story, and he thought that there might be a possibility that Ishwaran would be annoyed from him, but it was not like that. And Ishwaran was doing the discussion, formal discussion to him, and he just told him, or we can say that he just told him that about that female ghost, and it was quite surprising for Mahendra. How could Ishwaran come to know about that female ghost? He said that how he had chided him earlier, and he also told that ghost several times. He saw that ghost there, and that's why he warned his master Mahendra. After getting after hearing such words from Ishwaran's end, Mahendra was totally surprised. That he was quite surprised at how could he come to know about his dream, or we can say the imagination that he saw out of the window during that full moon night. So at that point, Mahendra decided to leave the job, just like to resign the job and leave that place as early as possible, and he did so. In the end, what he did, Mahendra was so upset that moment, and that he resolved to leave the haunted place the very next day, and he just gave the resignation on that day and just left that place. So this is all about the story. What do you think, students, that whether it was a imagination or illusion of Mahendra's mind, or it was a real ghost? And what should be the action if you were Mahendra's place? Yeah, if you were on Mahendra's place at the very full moon night, what would have you done? Just let me know about it in the comment section. And now I am going to discuss the moral of the story. We can say in the story it's a clear moral that we are getting through. The moral of the story is that we all are educated people, and we must not believe on everything that we just like hear from the people, and the things that we see. Sometime the world is not like, the words are not like what they seem. So sometimes it happens that with the things we see, it might be a chance that it is the illusion of our mind. It happened sometime. If you was thinking about some spirit, ghost, and suppose it might be happened to you as well when you saw a horror movie. So when you try to just go out in the dark, it's like near the darker places, so you might have noticed, or it's like some cloudy figure, sometime it happens that we think that someone is looking to us, it happens looking at us. So the same kind of thing with Mahendra. So here the writer, I think it suggests this story, through this story he suggests that we should check oneself. If we are going to believe in such kind of things, first we have to check ourselves whether we are right or wrong. Okay, if we would have been on Mahendra's place, so we should have gotten out of the just like our room and saw that we had to see that whether the ghost was there or not. Yeah, it is quite adventurous as well. It was not easy for all. Okay, so that's the moral of the story, that we should always check once if what we are seeing is true or not. This is the main message of the story. Now here are some multiple choice questions for you. I hope that you have got the story, so there will be no problem for you to answer them. Who told Ishwaran's story to Ganesh? Who told Ishwaran's story to Ganesh? I told you about Ganesh. So who did so? Yeah, Mahendra. Who was Mahendra? An engineer in a construction company, a doctor in a hospital, a cook attached to Ishwaran, a junior supervisor in a firm. A junior supervisor in a firm. D option is correct. Yeah. Now the third question, what services were provided by the firm where Mahendra was employed? Arranged for security officers on hire? No. Offered on hire supervisors at various construction sites? Yeah, this one is right. Okay, no need to go further. Now the fourth one, what was Mahendra's one asset? Absolutely his cook Ishwaran. Next one, who was Ishwaran? The clerk who kept Mahendra's account? No. The washerman who washed Mahendra's clothes? No. The sweeper who swept Mahendra's office? No. the cook who was attached to Mahendra. Though he used to do other kind of things for Mahendra, but okay, he was the cook, okay, who was attached to Mahendra. What was Ishwaran's special quality? He could produce delicious dishes. Yeah, it was quite true. And he could weave endless stories on varied subjects. Yeah, it is also true. So C option is correct. Both A and B above. Now the seventh one. What kind of books did Ishwaran usually read? That I told you. Okay, in the story I told you that some popular Tamil thriller books. Okay, he used to read. He liked to read thriller stories, Tamil thriller stories. Now the eighth question. When Mahendra looked out of the window, he saw a ghost. Here, get it very clear. Here it has been not mentioned Ishwaran. Here it is mentioned as Mahendra. When Mahendra looked out of the window at last, okay, after hearing the story from Ishwaran, he saw when he was falling half asleep. So he saw out of the window. When Mahendra looked out of the window, he saw a ghost of a woman clutching a bundle, a dark cloudy form clutching a bundle, Ishwaran clutching a bundle and wailing, Ishwaran talking to the female ghost. So yeah, B option is correct, a dark cloudy form clutching a bundle. So he was not quite sure that it was a woman. So here it is mentioned in the story that a dark cloudy form clutching a bundle Mahendra saw when he looked out of the window in the full moon night. Students, I hope that you all have got the story, and if you have enjoyed this video and find it valuable, just please like this video and share with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe our channel and press the bell icon for the further instant notifications. Thanks for watching the video.